Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Coffee Chat, where we make learning English as easy as enjoying your favorite cup of coffee. I'm Emily.
And I'm Jack. Hello to all of our amazing listeners tuning in from around the globe.
We're so glad you're here with us today. Jack, how are you feeling today?
You know what, Emily? I'm feeling pretty good, actually. A little under the weather yesterday, but much better now.
Under the weather? Oh, no. That's actually perfect timing because that phrase brings us right to today's topic.
It does. Today, we're going to talk about health in English, how to talk to your doctor, describe how you feel, and discuss health in daily conversations.
Health vocabulary is so important. When you travel or live in an English-speaking country, you need to know how to explain your symptoms or understand medical advice.
Exactly. And even in casual conversation, people ask, "How are you feeling?" all the time. You need the right words to answer.
Before we dive in, we have a quick favor to ask. If you're enjoying English Coffee Chat and want to improve your English with us, please hit that subscribe button.
And give this episode a like. It really helps other English learners discover our podcast.
Share it with your friends or family members who are learning English too. We can grow this community together.
Thank you so much. Your support means the world to us. Now, Emily, let's start with some essential vocabulary.
Great idea. We want to explain some key words and phrases before we have our conversation. These are expressions you'll hear all the time.
The first phrase is under the weather. I just used it. Under the weather means feeling sick or unwell, but not seriously ill.
Yes, it's a gentle way to say you're not feeling good. For example, I'm a bit under the weather today, so I'm staying home.
Or she's feeling under the weather, so she canceled our lunch plans.
Perfect examples. The next important word is symptoms. Symptoms are the signs that show you're sick.
Right, your symptoms are what you feel or notice. A headache is a symptom. A fever is a symptom. A cough is a symptom.
When you go to the doctor, they always ask, what symptoms are you experiencing?
You might say, my symptoms are a sore throat and a runny nose.
The next phrase is come down with. This means to catch an illness or to get sick.
Yes, you come down with a cold or the flu. For example, I think I'm coming down with something. I feel really tired and achy.
Achy means your body hurts, your muscles feel sore.
Exactly. Or you can say, half the office came down with the flu last week.
Another useful phrase is on the mend. This means you're getting better, recovering from an illness.
Yes, it's a positive phrase. I was sick last week, but I'm on the mend now.
Or, the doctor says my mom is on the mend and she'll be home soon.
The next one is checkup. A checkup is a regular visit to the doctor when you're not sick. You just go to make sure everything is okay.
Right, it's preventative care. I have my annual checkup next Tuesday.
Annual means once a year. You should have a checkup at least once a year.
Our last phrase for now is take it easy. This means to relax and not do too much, especially when you're recovering.
Yes, the doctor might say, take it easy for a few days. Get plenty of rest.
Or a friend might say, you just got over a cold. Take it easy this weekend.
Perfect. So everyone, remember these phrases. Under the leather, symptoms, come down with, on the mend, check up, and take it easy.
Great. Now let's use them in our conversation. Jack, you mentioned you were under the weather yesterday. What happened?
Well, I woke up yesterday morning and immediately knew something was wrong. My throat was really sore.
A sore throat? That's uncomfortable. What does a sore throat feel like?
A sore throat means your throat hurts, especially when you swallow. It feels scratchy and irritated.
Did you have any other symptoms?
Yes, I had a headache and I felt really fatigued. Fatigued means extremely tired with no energy.
So you were experiencing a sore throat, a headache, and fatigue. Did you think you were coming down with something serious?
At first, I wasn't sure. I thought maybe it was just allergies. Allergies are when your body reacts to things like pollen or dust.
Right. Allergies can cause similar symptoms. Sneezing, a runny nose, itchy eyes.
Exactly, but then I checked my temperature and I had a slight fever.
A fever means your body temperature is higher than normal. Normal is around 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit or 37 degrees Celsius.
Yes, my temperature was 99.5, so just a low-grade fever, not too high.
What did you do?
I decided to stay home and rest. I drank lots of fluids, water and tea mostly.
That's smart. Staying hydrated is very important when you're sick. Hydrated means having enough water in your body.
I also took some over-the-counter medicine. Over-the-counter means you can buy it without a prescription from the doctor.
Like aspirin or cold medicine, you don't need a doctor's permission.
Exactly. I took some pain reliever for my headache and throat, and I slept most of the day.
Rest is the best medicine sometimes. How are you feeling today?
Much better. I'm on the mend. My throat still feels a little scratchy, but the fever is gone and I have more energy.
That's good news. You recovered quickly. What about you, Emily? When was the last time you were sick?
Actually, a few months ago, I came down with a terrible cold. It was the worst.
Oh no, what were your symptoms?
Everything. I had a runny nose, which means mucus kept coming out of my nose. So annoying.
A runny nose is one of the most irritating symptoms. You have to keep using tissues.
Constantly. I went through an entire box of tissues in 2 days. I also had a stuffy nose, which is the opposite.
A stuffy nose means your nose is blocked. You cannot breathe through it easily.
Right, so sometimes my nose was running, sometimes it was stuffed. My body couldn't decide.
That's frustrating. Did you have a cough too?
Yes, a terrible cough. I was coughing constantly, especially at night.
Night coughs are the worst. They keep you awake.
I barely slept for 3 nights, and coughing makes your chest hurt.
Did you go to the doctor?
I thought about it, but I decided to wait. If you have a cold, doctors usually just tell you to rest and drink fluids.
That's true. There's no cure for the common cold. You just have to let it run its course.
Run its course means to continue naturally until it ends. You cannot speed it up. Right. A cold usually lasts about a week or 10 days.
Mine lasted almost 2 weeks. I was miserable. Miserable means very unhappy and uncomfortable.
2 weeks is a long time, but eventually you recovered?
Yes, slowly. I took it easy and didn't push myself to do too much.
That's important. If you don't rest properly, you can get sick again.
Exactly. Now, Jack, let's talk about going to the doctor. Have you ever had to see a doctor in an English-speaking country?
Yes, once when I was traveling. It was a bit scary because I wasn't sure what to say.
What happened?
I had really bad stomach pain. It hurt so much I couldn't ignore it.
Stomach pain can be serious. What did you do?
I went to a clinic. A clinic is a place where you can see a doctor for non-emergency problems.
Right. For emergencies, you go to the hospital emergency room, but for regular health issues, you go to a clinic or a doctor's office.
Exactly. When I arrived, the receptionist asked me to fill out some forms, basic information like my name, address, and medical history.
Medical history means your past health problems, surgeries, or ongoing conditions.
Right. They asked if I had any allergies to medication.
That's very important. If you're allergic to certain medicines, you must tell the doctor.
After filling out the forms, I waited to see the doctor. When I went in, the doctor asked, "What brings you in today?"
That's a common question. It means, why are you here? What's wrong?
I explained my symptoms. I said, I have severe stomach pain. It started this morning and it's getting worse.
Severe means very bad or serious. Did the doctor examine you?
Yes, the doctor asked me to lie down and pressed on my stomach in different areas. She asked, "Does this hurt? What about here?"
The doctor was trying to find exactly where the pain was located.
Exactly. She also asked about my diet. What have you eaten in the last 24 hours?
That's smart. Sometimes food can cause stomach problems.
She also took my temperature and checked my blood pressure. Blood pressure is the force of blood moving through your body.
Right. High blood pressure or low blood pressure can indicate health problems.
After the examination, the doctor said it was probably food poisoning. Food poisoning is when you eat contaminated food and it makes you sick.
Oh no, that's very uncomfortable. What was the treatment?
The doctor prescribed some medication. To prescribe means the doctor officially orders medicine for you.
And you get the prescription filled at a pharmacy. That's where you buy the medicine.
Exactly. The doctor also told me to drink lots of water and eat bland foods. Bland means simple, not spicy or heavy.
Like rice, toast, bananas, foods that are easy to digest.
Right. She said, take it easy for a couple of days. If your symptoms don't improve, come back.
And did you get better?
Yes, thankfully. After 2 days, I was feeling much better. The medication helped a lot.
That's good, but I imagine it was stressful speaking English in that situation.
It was at first, but everyone was very patient and understanding, and I'm glad I knew the right vocabulary.
That's why learning health vocabulary is so important. You never know when you'll need it.
Absolutely. Now, Emily, let's talk about daily health habits. What do you do to stay healthy?
Well, I try to exercise regularly. Regular exercise is so important for physical and mental health.
What kind of exercise do you do?
I go to the gym about 3 times a week. I do cardio and strength training. Cardio means exercises that make your heart beat faster, like running or cycling.
And strength training is lifting weights or doing exercises to build muscle.
Exactly. I also try to walk every day, even if it's just for 20 minutes.
Walking is great exercise. Low impact, but very effective. Low impact means it's easy on your joints and muscles.
Right. What about you? How do you stay healthy?
I'm trying to eat better. I'm eating more fruits and vegetables and less processed food.
Processed food is food that's been changed from its natural state, like packaged snacks or frozen meals.
Yes, I'm trying to cook more fresh meals at home.
That's wonderful. Diet is so important for health. What else?
I'm also trying to get enough sleep. Sleep is crucial. Crucial means extremely important and necessary.
How many hours do you sleep?
I try to get 7 to 8 hours, but honestly, sometimes I only get 6.
That's pretty common. Our busy lives make it hard to get enough rest.
I know, but when I don't sleep well, I feel it the next day. I'm grumpy and I can't focus.
Grumpy means irritable or in a bad mood. I'm the same way without enough sleep.
Another thing I'm working on is managing stress. Stress can really affect your health.
That's so true. Chronic stress can cause headaches, stomach problems, high blood pressure, and more. Chronic means ongoing or long term.
How do you manage stress, Emily?
I practice meditation. Just 10 minutes a day helps me feel calmer.
Meditation. That's when you sit quietly and focus on your breathing, right?
Yes, exactly. It helps clear your mind and reduce anxiety. Anxiety is the feeling of worry or nervousness.
I should try that. I usually just listen to music or watch something funny to de-stress.
Those are good strategies too. Everyone needs to find what works for them.
You know, Emily, we should talk about mental health too. It's just as important as physical health.
Absolutely. Mental health includes your emotional and psychological well-being, how you think, feel, and cope with life.
Right, and it's okay to not be okay sometimes. If you're feeling depressed or anxious, you should talk to someone.
Depressed means feeling very sad for a long time, sometimes without knowing why.
Yes, depression is a real medical condition. It's not just feeling sad for a day.
And many people see therapists or counselors. A therapist is a professional who helps you talk through your feelings and problems.
There's no shame in asking for help. Taking care of your mental health is just as important as going to the doctor for a physical problem.
Well said. I think we've covered so much today, from common symptoms to doctor visits to daily health habits.
We have, and I hope our listeners feel more confident talking about health and English.
Remember, health vocabulary is practical. You'll use these phrases in real-life situations.
Whether you're traveling, living abroad, or just chatting with friends, these words will help you communicate.
Now, before we finish, we have a question for all of you.
Yes, our question is, what do you do to stay healthy? Do you exercise, eat well, get enough sleep?
Please leave a comment and tell us about your health habits. Try to write in English and use some of the vocabulary we learned today.
Don't worry about making mistakes. The important thing is to practice and build your confidence.
We read every comment and we love hearing from you. Your feedback helps us create better episodes.
And please, if you haven't already, subscribe to English Coffee Chat. Hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode.
Give this episode a like if you found it useful. It helps other English learners find our podcast.
Share it with anyone you know who's learning English. Learning together makes it more enjoyable.
Well, everyone, thank you so much for joining us today at English Coffee Chat.
We hope you learned some valuable health vocabulary, and we hope you feel more prepared to talk about your health in English.
Remember, learning English is a journey. Take it one day at a time. Don't push yourself too hard.
Take it easy, practice every day, and be patient with yourself. Small progress is still progress.
We believe in you, and we're here to support you every step of the way.
We'll see you in the next episode of English Coffee Chat. Until then, take care of yourselves.
Stay healthy, both physically and mentally, and keep practicing your English.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye. Happy learning and stay